Hey guys, what is up? Let's talk about something that a lot of people talk about, but they don't really talk about how it all begins. What is generational wealth? Well, I'm just going to talk about the two words that it is. One's generational. Basically, one generation of a family, then the next, and then the next, and then the next. Generational. Wealth, well, that is the ability to basically hold on to money, make it last, and grow that as well. It's cool to be rich, it's cool to have that big income and all that good stuff like that, but if you can't hold on to it, if you can't harness that power of that money to one, make it last, two, make it grow, and three, be able to pass that on to the next generations, your kids, your grandkids, or give it away to some great foundation, really what's the point? Cool, you'll have the big house and you'll have the parties and the cool cars and all that stuff, and that is awesome. That is really, really cool. But to me, where my heart's at, why I like to study the market, why I like to put money away in my investment accounts and my kids' investment accounts, is because I want them to be able to begin once they get out of high school and or college or whatever path they do, where they don't have to really worry about beginning that foundation of retirement or investment. I want them to be like, I am ahead of the game. Wow, my family did this for me. So how am I preparing my family, my kids, for generational wealth or the foundation to begin generational wealth? Well, I'm going to go back a bit, and my grandfather did something great for us. Every birthday or every Christmas, he bought us a certificate. It's like he spent $25, and in like 8 years, it'd be worth twice that much. And then you could go to the bank, and you could get like the $50 it is or whatnot, right? So he did that for us until we got out of high school. So that is cool. I wish that he would have sat us down and told us use it for college, which I did. Awesome. Or put it into a fund that will grow. I didn't know much about the stock market until I did basically one thing. I was on the internet one day and I was looking up the biggest houses, the biggest cars, who owns the most land, who's the richest. That kind of drove me down the path of the stock market. And I was like, what's a stock? What's the most expensive stock out there? Brought me to Warren Buffett. Who's Warren Buffett? Well, opened my eyes to everything. So I've been investing since basically September of 2016. Maybe 2014. Can't remember. I've done okay for myself, I'm not going to lie. But yes, the market has been going up pretty good. I did have a lot of money on reserve this past February and March when the market really fell off because of the whole pandemic stuff. So, back to generational wealth. How am I going to set my kids up for success and hopefully continue and really start the ball rolling for generational wealth? Well, like my grandparents did to my parents, and my parents want to do for my brother and I to do to my girls. When I pass away, I want to have no debts. The house that we live in, either the house that we just had built and moved in, or the next house after this, I want to completely pay it off. I don't want to have any outstanding debt to anybody. And so the house, one. When my wife and I eventually pass away, whatever the house is worth, that money will be split between my kiddos and given to them to do whatever they wish. Maybe they're in a house where they could use that money just to pay off the rest of their house, or pay off whatever bills they have. Thus, they don't have to worry about paying off the rest of their house and or whatever school loans in the future or car, whatever it may be, and they could begin saving and investing more money when my wife and I pass, hopefully years and years down the road. 2, I am already starting a custody a custodian account for all of them. So I went to Fidelity, hopped on their website, and I called their 1-800 number and I asked a couple questions. One, I wanted to make sure there was no mandatory monthly fee. That very nice gentleman said, no, there is no mandatory monthly fee. Two, you don't have to have a high set amount of money in there. You could begin, I think he said, as low as like $100 or something. Don't quote me, but I began with more than that, but I began that. And that was just this past year, just a little bit after the whole market dropped off, is when I chose to open these custodian accounts for all my kids. Happily in that time, the stocks that I put them in, and these are more so longevity stocks like Apple, Berkshire Hathaway's, Disney Company, yeah, these are more so longevity stocks like Berkshire Hathaway, Apple, Coca-Cola, the Disney stock. I bought some GOLD, the Barrick Gold, and I did like a handful of the S&P 500 through Fidelity, which is, I think, their stock ticker is like FXAIX or something like that. So I started this foundation that hopefully will grow and grow. And when I was on the phone with this advisor guy as well, which did not cost money, so thank you so much, Fidelity, I asked him, what happens when they turn of age to collect? In some states, I think it's like 18 or 21 or 24. He goes, well, you could do a couple things. They could take it out and use it for school. They could take it out, you'll pay the taxes. And I was like, can I take it out and have them roll it into a Roth IRA? He goes, yes, but you're gonna have to pay the taxes. Okay, cool. So that's what I'm gonna do to my girls, or do for my kids and my girls. Because when I take that money out, I plan on putting money away for their college as well, but that's another way I'm gonna try to help them not having to pay for college, or have them earn it some other way. But I wanna take that money out that I'm putting in their custodial accounts now. When I take it out, I will pay the taxes on that, but I'm gonna have them open up a Roth IRA, probably with Fidelity as well, and put that money into a Roth IRA, so it will grow tax-free. When they take it out, they have to pay no taxes. Thus, years and years and years, they will have their whole life until they could retire for that to compound and grow. And the stuff that's paying their dividend right now, I just have it an automatic drip, a dividend reinvesting plan. So there's stocks that do that. I automatically go in, I change their dividend, and make sure it drips right back in. So they're gonna get this compound years on years on years, which is gonna set them up hopefully for really a spectacular life where they'll have a huge head start, or at least a head start on their retirement. So that's how I'm beginning my generational wealth. Is one, my wife and I, when we pass away, will have no bills. The house that we live in, or the properties that we will have, will all be paid off, and whatever they are, we will in our will, we will make sure that they are sold and evenly distributed to our kids. So that will give them money right there, and begin in their retirement or an investment fund right now. And I'm going to make sure I try to sit down with my kids and talk with them and educate them on yes, this is your money. Yes, it belongs to you. But it will be more of your money when the time comes to retire. So that's what I plan on doing with it, to begin hopefully this growth, accelerated growth for generational wealth. And that's exactly what the rich do as well. You know, they earn it from one way or another. They could build a company, they could invest quite a bit, but then they do that. They pass on their achievements, their houses, their trophies, their companies, their businesses onto their children, and or investments and millions. They have their ways to pass that on, thus beginning their children or their grandchildren at an earlier age in life having that wealth. And thus they educate them, which is very, very important. They educate them on doing the same thing, thus quickly snowballing the effect of paying off the next generation's house or next generation bills, and teaching them to get proper jobs and to handle money properly, thus propelling, thus exponentially growing their wealth. And you see that as the next generation goes, the proper money management with the incoming of past generations' money snowballing into a quicker, expedited payoff of debt, and thus the ability for that one to harness their earning money from whatever job that they have to start retirement for them and their kiddos and all their generations, and buying other properties because your property will thus be paid off. So if you could buy a property as the past generations have paid off yours, you pass that on, you sell those, helps pay for your children's houses, they'll buy one or two more, thus growing their empire. That's just how generational wealth begins. And just educate. When you give that money, or when you give that inheritance or begin an investment fund, that's nothing without educating the individual it's going to, of what to do with it, of how to grow it, of how to make that last. So that's just my quick snippet on generational growth and what I'm doing in my household to continue that and to hopefully grow that for my kids. So whatever you guys are doing for generational wealth, please tell me. It's awesome. Maybe passing down really expensive rookie cards, like the Wayne Gretzky rookie cards that Pat David sold 2 of them for like 2.1 mil. Or are you passing down inheritance of like expensive jewelry or like Rolex watches that you know will gain value? Or what are you guys doing? Hit in the comments or hit the like button or whatever. So, alright guys, take care. I gotta get lifting. Alright, bye. Hey guys, and what I forgot to say on that generational wealth is I'm just not gonna begin putting money in putting money into my kids' investing account, their custodial account. I'm just not gonna do like, okay, here's a couple $1,000s and I'm done. No, every birthday or twice a year or 4 times a year or 12 times a year, whatever it may be, when I have that little extra cash laying around, or when I read up on a couple good stocks that I'm gonna put into my own personal account and I think they're long lasting, I'm gonna invest into their accounts equally. So if, say, Tesla drops and then it's a great time to buy, I'll put a Tesla into each one of their stocks. Or I'll just keep putting into their S&P 500 mutual fund or index, their FXAIX or whatever it may be. But I'll keep on doing this over and over and over and through the years and through the years and through the years. So the compounding will happen because of the dividend. Hopefully the companies and the S&P that I invest in will grow. Also, through the ups and downs, the ebbs and flow of the market, I'll invest on a continual basis. So I'm not just hunting for stocks that have hit an all-time low or whatever it may be, or news that came out that made the stock go down. I'm just going to keep investing equally until I can't anymore into their accounts. So that's it, guys. Right now is a good time to open this account. I'm putting some of the stimulus money into their accounts because it's theirs. It's a stimulus money for the dependent, so basically it's their money. So they're not going to get it now. Well, we're going to put money that they could spend into the economy because we want the economy to grow. So we'll give them some money to buy clothes or buy whatever, to put money into the economy. That's what it's for. But I'm also going to invest for them their money so their futures can grow. All right, that's it. Got to get back to my workout. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day. Bye.